successfully.
Yeah.
For a time.
You know,
what you wanted to do.
You know, just like I said yesterday, the day before. I mean, I'm not executing well enough to feel like I have an outstanding shot to beat a quality player like Murray. Right now, my serve isn't quite as accurate. I'm missing a few too many forehands. But you know, what kept the games relatively close on my serve and you know, gave me a few chances to get the sets tight was just, you know, again, my fighting. You know, I was battling for every point, and you know, he's a quality player. There's no way around it. And if your execution isn't matching his, it's going to go like that.
You picked his passes a bit. You stuck your racket in the right position for the volley.
Yeah, that's part of the deal, being a net rusher, being an aggressive player. I mean, you got to cover the net well and read some passing shots, and I was able to do that for, I'd say, a lot of the match. You know, not all the match. He tended to get a few by me on some big points, but that's all part of the deal.
Can you sum up what you're going to take from this week or so here, and your feelings about playing out on Arthur Ashe tonight, and just what it means?
Yeah, it's nothing but positive for me. You know, this is a huge step forward in my progression. What I'm going to take from it, again, you know, I hate losing. I'm glad to be back, but you know, I'm sorry I'm not sticking around. So what I'm going to take from it is, if I want to serve and volley against, you know, some of the best returners in the world, then I'm going to need to be a little bit more accurate with my first serve, get that percentage up a little bit higher. He was making it real tough for me to hold. I didn't feel like I was hurting him at all with my first serve in some games. You know, he just didn't have to move and was able to get it right at my feet. And if you have to play low volleys against somebody like Andy Murray on a consistent basis, it's not going to go well. So that's number one. And then number two is I actually felt comfortable from the baseline points. I didn't feel like I was being pushed around too much. My speed felt fine. I actually recovered unbelievably well for my 5-set match. I felt $1 million out there today. The only thing that let me down a little bit from the baseline was a few forehand approaches. You know, I felt like I had a lot of opportunities to get control of the point with my forehand, and I'd either not hit it effectively or miss the ball. And then the third thing was my returns. Normally my returns are pretty solid, but he was serving well, and I wasn't able to put my normal high volume amount of returns in play. He was getting a lot of easy service games, and that bums me out.
You lost the first 8 points really quickly. Was that nerves at all, or?
You know, it's all a combination. It's not one factor. I mean, yeah, it's been a while since I've played on a huge stage like that. That's number one. Number two is I'm not 100% confident with the way I'm executing right now, so that factors into it. Then you've got a guy like Andy Murray up the other end, and that factors into it. So it wasn't down to one thing.
What did you do?
I don't know. I haven't really thought too much about my schedule. But I have two choices. I either play some challengers in the States, which I'm okay with, or I go over to Asia and play some probably qualifying there. I don't really know. I'll have to do the best case, worst case scenario and then decide.
Do you have a chance to be in the main draw at Australia?
Yeah.
Is that kind of?
No, I mean, again, it's nice to have that as a goal. It's not something I can really control. I can set my schedule to give myself an opportunity to achieve that, but you know, if I don't have wins, it's not going to happen whether I play you know, qualifying ATPs or challengers. So, you know, my goal is just to get my game solid. You know, I feel once I get my game solid, then being in the main draw will take care of itself.
What is it about Murray's game that makes him number 2 in the world?
He doesn't miss, you know. He really doesn't miss, and I don't think that I served, you know, great tonight, but I don't think I served poorly either. I think I served, you know, probably below average for me, but he made it look and feel like I served, you know, underhanded out there at times. He was just able to put stuff by me. I was trying to mix up my spins, mix up my paces, give him different looks, and you know, that I think he's number 1 in the world at breaking guys, so that makes sense.